Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be channeling messages from your angels, guides, and ancestors. So let's hear what they have to say. Alright, so the back of the deck energy is the devil. So very Capricorn energy. You guys might be a Capricorn that I'm tapping into. But what I'm seeing for the devil coming out is that, I don't think you've gone through life without challenges. And, none of us have. But what I mean by you specifically is that you've had to really rely on exterior things to give you a sense of either control or safety in your environment. Sorry for tapping the thing. Safety or control in your environment. And that's what really the devil really represents, control, and in like an obsessive way. But here I don't feel like it's that bad. Here I just get the energy of like, maybe you've just found a new obsession. Maybe you're learning to release control. It's those small things that can come up through the devil as well. And so that's the back of the deck energy. Let's see how it ties into the rest of your reading, right? With the Knight of Cups followed by the Ten of Cups, I'm seeing that there is an offer coming in, an offer that is, their intention is to go ahead and move forward and have the full Ten of Cups with you. This includes family. This includes like the highest level of love, the highest level of commitment, right? So that's what they're offering. And I switched it around by accident when I put it back down. But what I'm seeing is that you may have been battling with yourself because in your mind for a long time, it has been your divine masculine that you have seen this vision with, right? You've wanted this with your divine masculine. And it caused you a lot of mental aches because, or like you were just constantly mentally battling yourself because you didn't feel like they just weren't fitting into your life. Like, of course, when we meet new people, when we want them in our lives, we make room for them. But here it was just as if there just wasn't like a feasible way of having them in your life, as well as everything else that you're currently like juggling. And not as in like people, but I just mean like you're a busy person, so you're constantly doing things. You're always like doing something collective. I feel like you don't really have like, I don't know, like couch potato moments. I think you do, but even in that time, you're doing something. Like you can be lounging on the couch, but you will be up to something. Whether it be drawing or your hobbies, it could be anything. So I feel like you're always kind of busy, which is like me. The Ten of Wands comes out. Why? With the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, so there's a lot of chapters that are closing. Okay, with the tens in reverse, it's as if that energy is finally leaving your energy. And the Ten of Wands is all about burdens. Ten of Swords in reverse is all about, or not in reverse, but normally it is all about, your things that you've seen that you can't unsee, right? Things that you can't unknow that ends up really hurting you. So you've had some major truths come out in 2025. You've had major burdens in 2025, but now that it's coming to a close, you're realizing that, or you've done all the realizing. You don't need to realize anything anymore. What you are doing collective is that you're letting go of the burdens. You realize they're not yours. You're not holding on to it anymore. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you for that. and the Ten of Swords, you're not burdened by the knowledge now. I feel like before, knowing about people that didn't like you, that, you know, opposed your views in some way, not that you were closed-minded, it's just people around you that wanted to impose their ideas on top of your, like over yours. Those people are gone. Okay, you've had so many realizations. The swords is clarity. It's that knowing, right? It's like gnosis. And so to me, when it's in reverse, because it's the Ten of Swords and it's in reverse, all that pain inflicted from other people's words, thoughts, they are just bouncing off of you now. You don't even absorb them at all, which is good. Your boundaries are way, way up, and I'm very proud of you for that. That takes a lot of strength. That takes a lot of fortitude to maintain your boundaries when people would like you to just drop them completely, right? With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, under the Emperor, I'm seeing that your divine masculine, okay, they are going through a process of releasing that lack mindset. So I think they were really conditioned in their childhood to really believe in lack, to see that to see the disparity between wage gaps, but then also to not really learn to empathize with them. You know what I mean? Like, I think they learned that money doesn't come easy. You know, those lack things that, like, you have to work really hard for your money. You have to sacrifice some stuff over money, and that kind of stuff really set back your Emperor, your divine masculine, or this is your own energy. This is your own divine masculine energy, okay? Take it as that. You have overcome a lot of the lack mindset that was programmed in your childhood. And I'm not saying that everything is from childhood and that, you know, that all of our, I don't know what I'm saying with that, to be honest. But that's the message, okay? Seven of Cups coming after the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I'm seeing that as that lack mindset is leaving your energy, leaving your partner's energy, you're also more willing to be more authentic. I think now you crave authenticity over everything. You need people to be real. You need your products to be real. You need everything to be real. Yeah, and with the rise of AI, maybe you're just kind of getting sick of the fake. Like, there's just a lot of fake online, and you're realizing you just want the real thing. You want realness, and that's why the Ten of Cups is the starter of your reading, because this is as real as it gets, okay? This seems like a fantasy. This seems like a fantasy for some people. But know that it's actually like something that is meant for you. Okay? Realize that, you know, your happy family, the unit that you see yourself in, ideally, is probably going to be the way it's gonna be. Spirit's really saying, like, believe in your own visions, okay? Don't trust other sources to tell you what your visions should be and what they shouldn't be. That is up to you. Everything else you consume should help you align with that vision, to direct you in that direction, right? Towards that vision that you have. But don't let other influences tell you what your vision is. You know, that's for you to find out. That's the joy of your life. That is what you're here to discover, right? So make it fun, make it yours, and make it authentic. I think you're done being inauthentic. I think you have realized that that doesn't serve you, and it never had. It was a level of protection that you had over yourself because of what you were going through, right? Because we don't close ourselves off for no reason. It's not like a character flaw. It's literally what you were going through at that time that made you feel like closing off was a safer option for your nervous system than keeping everything just out in the open, right? Because we didn't learn boundaries yet in the past. What you know now is that, you can stay open, but now you have boundaries to protect you, where you will, prioritize your safety, prioritize your calm, prioritize your peace. Obviously we will be there for the people that we care about when they need us. But for the most part, we are not we're not at everyone's beck and call, right? Because we have our own life to live. We are entitled to our own energy. We are entitled to our own time. We are entitled to us entirely. And so remind yourself of that and realize that it's okay to call your energy back. It's okay to not give it to people if you don't feel like you have any to give, or if you just don't want to, right? If you don't want to, that's your body's way of telling you like, no, those people probably aren't the right people to be giving your energy to. And so that's also in the lesson of discernment, right? Learning who to give your energy to versus who not to give your energy to. And so you've mastered a lot, collective. I think if anything, this is a kind of like a checkup kind of reading to see how you've been doing energetically, and Spirit's just saying like you've been doing it. Okay, we haven't had to tell you much because you're kind of on it. So like, of course they'll come in with information that will help you in the moment, but as far as direction goes, as far as where your energy is going, it's going in the right place. It's going to the right people. It's going to your creative projects, which is the perfect place. And it's going to you, right? I feel like I have like a bubble stuck in my throat. So I think we are still dealing with throat chakra blockages. And it's really important to keep that energy cleansed, right? Especially for readers. Maybe you guys are readers as well. It's really important. It's really important to keep our throat chakra clear. What the heck? Okay, so the two songs you got were Focus from John Summit, which was the song from the last video, and Whiplash by aespa, which was another channeled song from another video. So very consistent, I must say. But I'll tell you the lyrics. So Focus by John Summit. Every time I read this, I want to sing it. So if I end up singing it, it is what it is, right? A picture tells 1,000 words, but I can't seem to read what's on your mind. The silence is the loudest voice. It's screaming at me, laying by your side. How'd we get so lost inside of this room, watching you turn into someone I never knew? I remember love, but it's slipping out of view. If we focus on this moment, bring the fragments of our darkness into light. So won't you pull my love into focus? All right, so it honestly sounds like you have an admirer and they want you to focus on them. It seems like someone has interest in you that's a little bit deeper because of the 10 of Cups, they really do see, you know, the whole 9 yards. So we got matrimony, we got children, we got just family, and under the tree we have ancestral wisdom and protection. So to me, it seems like your divine masculine is coming in. Yay. Seems like there's someone that really wants you to look at them, to pay attention to them. Maybe they are of the past, and that's why, you know, focus is saying like, we've lost focus. Can we refocus on who we are as a couple, as a unit? And so, a picture tells 1,000 words, but I can't seem to read what's on your mind. Okay, so they might be watching you through social media. They're unable to tell you what they want to say because they can't read you. They don't know if you're going to be down for them or not. And I think right now they're just trying to look for clues, for cues, even that you want this with them, right? Or they're just going to come in because the cups, the Knight of Cups came out too. So they are going to offer you, right? If you're in your divine feminine energy, you don't need to do anything, okay? Just let them come to you. Let them talk to you, and let them present themselves however they want, right? We're not going to force anything, and we're definitely not going to... you're definitely not going to be the one to give this cup, or like, as long as you're open, I think, as long as your heart remains open, energetically, the right partner will sense that, right? Because it's in our mannerisms. It's in what we choose to spend our time doing. When our heart is open, we're a lot more creative. We're a lot more in the flow. And so that really shows on the outside, right? And when you're feeling good, that's going to be a sign to your masculine that it's time for them to come in. Not that we're going to force ourselves to feel good, but I think in general, you are feeling a lot lighter. You're feeling a lot better about your situation. And so it's perfect. It's good because it means that someone really wants to come in with an offer. And I don't get any bad energy from this. I'm seeing like, obviously the devil came out in the beginning, so that's something to look out for, but I don't think it's in this person. I think it's in defensive mechanisms of yours, collective. I think it's time to let go of that control over who comes into your life and who doesn't. Let them come in. Let your just let people come in and let them tell you what they want to tell you, right? Because you're not going to be pressed either way. You're living your life, you're doing good, and someone coming in to give an offer of love is not going to be the end of your days. Right? If anything, it might make it better. So it might make it more fun. Okay, so the second song you got was Whiplash by aespa. One look, give them whiplash. And then just close your eyes, breathe in, and visualize. Cat's gonna copy one idea too, then the whole look, then deny it. Yeah. So seems like you're glowing, collective. I think a lot of people have their eyes on you. I think that what you're currently going through is a complete glow up, energetically and physically. So not only are you beautiful, you're evolved. You're like emotionally intelligent. You're aware of people. You're aware of yourself. You have boundaries. You have a bigger heart, a more I want to say like ready to go heart, where you can give love to people that deserve it, that you feel like would honor it, right? And so don't feel like you need to hold onto everything. Realize that the reason why you're coming off as the divine feminine, the reason why we are saying you've mastered this is because you have an overflow of love, okay? You love so deeply, and yet so it's almost effortlessly to love others, right? I feel like collective, you have a heart that a lot of people desire, and that's why these offers are coming towards you. So don't feel like you need to be defensive. Realize that, you know, these are just offers to you. You don't have to take them if you don't want. Don't feel bad about not accepting the one that's not right, because you deserve the right person, right? You don't need to be in this state of feeling bad about who you're not connecting with. It's about who you're choosing to connect with, right? It's not about who you're not anymore. We're going to leave that situation behind, because we need to focus on what is here and what is now. And it's in the here and now where opportunities come. It's in the here and now where magic can occur. And so keep your presence, keep that awareness in the present moment. Don't think about the people that you're not involved with, because chances are you're not involved with them for a very good reason. And we're not calling them out. We're not saying anything about them, because there are so many people out in the world and they have their own things. You know, we can't really pinpoint things to its most detailed, most accurate. But yeah, know that you deserve love. Know that you deserve your perfect love. Okay. And then we know that human beings, even us, are never perfect. What we imagine as our perfect love is just that feeling of what we always have imagined when we imagine our spouse, our children, our home life, right? It's that warm feeling inside that is guiding you. And so know that that cannot lead you to the wrong place. People cannot gaslight you when you're focused on that true, authentic energy of love, right? So no need to worry. That's basically, no need to get defensive, because you have discernment. You've done the work. Trust. Okay. Okay, we're going to end this reading with a message from Guan Yin. Message. All right, so you got the radiant moon of compassion and the ivory swan goddess. All right, let's see from the book what's happening. Okay, so Guan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion, pouring forth the spiritual strength needed for you to liberate yourself from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment into the vibration of freedom, love, and peace, where you naturally belong. You are being urged to use this power now to grow spiritually and free yourself from a situation that could draw you down. Okay, so we've gotten this card before too. And I think you have freed yourself from lower vibrational energies that were holding you back previously, right? This is just confirmation saying that now that you've let go of the burdens that you've been carrying for the past 2 to 3 years, you're letting that go. And because you're letting that go, oh my gosh, it gives ample amounts of space for the new to come in, because I feel like this burden that you were holding on to was like a culmination of just everything that you were going through in the past like couple of years. Your body had a really hard time processing, right? Because that's why we hold on to trauma, because our body just can't process it. It doesn't feel safe enough to process it. So that's why I always recommend somatic meditations, somatic exercises, because it targets the nervous system. And when that nervous system calms down, it literally allows your mind to let go, right? Because it's no longer important. It's no longer necessary to have that inner mind, because we're now safe. We're now away from that, what our nervous system had deemed as an unsafe situation. So know that as you're releasing, your body is actually able to store new memories, store new feelings, store much more calm feelings. If you can be on top of it when it comes to what you are allowing in versus what you're not. Of course, we're trying to let go. We're trying to be more flowy with like the divine feminine energy. Is just, she sits in her throne, she's relaxed, she's good because she has everything that she needs, right? And she, just because it's Empress, but know that that energy can definitely apply to not only people that identify with she's, so that's what we got from that message. Let's see what the last one is. Ivory Swan Goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades, beloved. Release guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty, be more of yourself, and shine your divine essence into the world. Okay, so both cards were related to releasing guilt, releasing not only guilt, but judgment. You're releasing judgment, and I feel like we've been talking about this in the last couple ones, so I won't go crazy into it. But you're not judging yourself anymore. I feel like you grew up in a very hypercritical space where people like to point out things about you that just weren't of the norm or just kind of underdeveloped, because I think you've always come off as such a confident individual. Even when you were young, okay, collective, you came off so confident. And so people around you thought that the most necessary thing was to humble you. And the way they did this was by nitpicking things about you on the exterior, right? Or just things personality-wise. You may have been like under a lot of scrutiny growing up. And so because of this kind of upbringing, we need to be careful with the way we see ourselves, right? There may be body dysmorphia because of just the hypercritical conditioning that we have, and that needs to be let go of, that needs to be healed, that needs to be met with love and acceptance, that you are perfect the way you are, that you don't need to conform to anybody's standards, because as long as you're happy with who you are, that's all that matters. Because the people that truly love you will love you in every state that you're in, will appreciate you no matter what you look like, and will stick around because they love you for you. They don't love you for the size. They don't love you for the size that you are. They love you because you're you. And there's no replicating that. There's nothing that can come close to your natural vibration. People feel it around you. They gravitate towards you because of that. And so release the judgment that you have over your avatar, over your body, because if anything, just replace it with gratitude that you're able to, this body allows you to walk in this 3D world. It allows you to see things with the eyes that have developed to witness this world, right? To hear this world, to taste this world, to smell this world, all your senses. That is something to be very grateful for. It's very simple, right? Just understanding that, I'm just grateful I'm in a body. I'm grateful I'm here. I'm grateful like all my senses are working. I'm grateful that for everything that I have, and that scrutiny comes from people being hard on me that I don't need to uphold anymore, because I love who I am. I do. And it's time that my inner voice reflected that, and just have a conversation with yourself. It doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't have to be incredibly positive either, just have a conversation with you and tell yourself like, hey, let's focus on the fact that we have so much to be grateful for, and we don't need to be scrutinizing ourselves and others. We don't need to fall into judgment, because that is entirely unnecessary. Yeah, it's just unnecessary. And so know that that's kind of what you're going to be working through. And if you've already been working through that, amazing, great work. You're doing it. I'm so proud of you. Your spirit guides are so proud of you. You're so on top of your own spirituality. And it really shows. Like, spirit's just saying, they just, like, honestly, all of them are clapping for you. Whenever I'm doing these readings, spirit's just more like, no, just reassure them and hype them up. That's all they need. They don't, because you're doing so well, basically, that any outside noise is just either confirmation for hyping, or just like, just for conversations. And I'm really happy that you decided to spend time here with me today. I hope that these messages helped you in any way. If they did, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe if you feel called to it. All right, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.